Hello again and welcome. I am the Gentleman in Black and here we are with another Shadows over Innistrad opening. And here we have, I think it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 boosters for your viewing pleasure today. Here are the things we opened in the previous videos, one of which may or may not be on camera, which was Olivia, unfortunately, because that was a spicy pull there. And here we go, let's get straight into it. So I'm just going to, I'll look through the commons and uncommons, but I won't really talk about them, and we'll go straight to the uncommons and rares. So, we have a creepy insect token, check guard, so our first uncommon there is Essence Flux. So exile target creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. If it's a spirit, put a +1/1 counter on it. Actually very good. Now what I'm going to do is zoom in a bit here because it seems to be... There we go. That's a bit better. Now you can see the cards a bit clearer. As always, lovely artwork in this set. And our next uncommon is Spectral Shepherd. 2 for 3 with flying, not bad. And you can bounce a spirit for 1 and a blue. And then we have a Graph Mole, creepy as hell. And our rare is Sin Prodder. Excellent card. So he is, let's take a closer look at this bad boy. He is 2 and a red for a 3/2 with Menace. So already very good. At the beginning of your upkeep, reveal the top card of your library. An opponent may have you put that into your graveyard. If they do, it deals damage equal to that card's converted mana cost. Otherwise, you get to draw that card. This card, I am absolutely 100% sure in my mind that this card will see play, because it is excellent. There's definitely going to be a deck out there that wants it. I love it. I've got 4 of them now, as of that one. And I can't wait to find a way to abuse them, because they are very good. So we have a Clue token and a Forest there. So, let's start off. We have Merciless Resolve, Inspiring Captain. I'm not sure what's so inspiring about him, but oh well. Instantly, and I absolutely love this card. Very good indeed. Town Gossipmonger. Okay, so he's a white for a 1/1. Tap one untapped creature you control, transform Town Gossipmonger, and he transforms into, that's right, the Incited Rabble. He talked too much rubbish about people, and now they're angry. So Incited Rabble is a 2/3, they attack each turn if able, and for 2 generic, it gets +1/0 until the end of turn. This card is pretty good. I might actually see if it's worth playing in my White Weenie deck. So we'll have a look at that. Next up is Olivia's Bloodsworn, also a good card. It's a 2/1 with flying that can't block, which is perfectly fine. For a red, target vampire gains haste until the end of turn. So all those lovely big bad vampires you've got, think about haste on Kalatas, absolutely wonderful. Then we have Gibbering Fiend. Gibbering Fiend enters the battlefield. It deals 1 damage to each opponent. It's 2/1 for 1 and red with Delirium. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, if there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard, it deals 1 damage to that player. It's not bad. I'm sure you've seen what's behind this by now. I've not been especially careful with flashing it. Let's just look at Haunted Cloak first. Delay the inevitable. 3 drop artifact, and equipped creature has Vigilance, Trample, and Haste, and it equips for 1. And yes, indeed, people, there we are. Sorin, Grim Nemesis. 4 white-black for a 6 loyalty Planeswalker. Absolutely gorgeous, man. I love Sorin. I think he's one of my favourite Planeswalkers in the Pantheon. His +1, reveal the top card of your library and put that card into your hand. Each opponent loses life equal to its converted mana cost. Very good. Draw a card, kill someone a bit. Very nice. -X, Sorin deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker and you gain X life. Also, very good. And his -9, his ultimate, as it's often referred to, is put a number of put a number of 1/1 Vampire Knight tokens onto the battlefield with lifelink equal to the highest life total among all players. In EDH, that'll be amazing. In Standard, that'll be pretty good still. Honestly, I think Sorin is a very good finisher, and Esper control deck might like him. And I just think he's absolutely wonderful. He's so versatile. I can't wait to play with him and see what he actually does. So far, we've not been doing too badly money-wise. A zombie token and a check card. So, grotesque mutation, that's good. Yeah, we like that. Explosive apparatus does a lot for some people. I don't really like it. Clip wings. Uninvited Geist. So there we go, that's the end of the commons. Absolutely love the name of this card. Brilliant. 2/2 Skulk for 3. Very good. Very aggressively costed there. And when it deals combat damage to a player, transform it. And it becomes Unimpeded Trespasser. A 3/3 that cannot be blocked. I would not try and block it if I were you. Look at all those hands. It's just weird. Very cool card. I like it. And then back to the rest of the uncommons. So we have Reckless Scholar. So target player draws a card, then discards a card. So he's pretty much the blue counterpart to Mad Prophet. So he loots instead of rummages, or rummages instead of loots. I can never remember which way around it goes. Then we have Nearheath Chaplain. So I've drafted this guy a couple of times, and he is just brilliant. On an open board, he's getting in for 3 and gaining you 3, so he's lightning helixing effectively. On a not open board, he can trade up, but most likely he trades for a token. But when you get 3 life out of it, and next turn 2 spirits, I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm okay with that. He's very good. And then we have Cult of the Waxing Moon. 5 for a 5/4, so that's 4 and a green, not bad. When a permanent you control transforms into a non-human creature, put a 2/2 green wolf creature token onto the battlefield. Yeah, very good if you're running Werewolf Tribal. And then, yeah, unfortunately, to go with our intro pack there, if you could see that, we have a Soul Swallower. Not an especially bad card. It's just not super powerful. So it's 2 and 2 green. So 4 for a 3/3 trample. Very good. Delirium at the beginning of your upkeep. There are 4 more card types on cards in your graveyard. Put 3 +1/1 counters on Soul Swallower. So every turn this gets bigger by 3, which is pretty good if you've got Delirium. I would definitely play this in my janky counter EDH deck. Might see some Fringe play in Modern. Not Modern, sorry, Standard. But all in all, yeah, it's not the worst. I think it's probably one of the better intro pack rares. On to the next pack. So, how do you like Standard at the moment then? What are your predictions for the new Standard? Personally, clue token, I just love the new set. I cannot get enough of Shadows over Innistrad. It reminds me, they've done such a good job with it. In bringing, well, that happened. So we've got a Thing in the Ice rare in the middle of a pack, which is very nice. So Thing in the Ice is something that's, speaking of Modern, a lot of people have been talking about. So it's 1 on a blue for an 0/4 Defender, which, especially in Modern, most people are like, that's just awful. Why would you play that? Well, wait, there's more. Thing in the Ice enters with 4 ice counters on it. So, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, he starts to melt a bit. And once you've cast 4 instant or sorceries, all the ice is gone, and he becomes the Awoken Horror. A 7/8, that's right, big gap there from an 0/4 to a 7/8. When this creature transforms into Awoken Horror, return all non-horror creatures to their owner's hands. That's right, this is Probably one of the chase rares from the set. It is very good, and a lot of people are looking forward to brewing with this bad boy in Modern. I am certainly thinking about it myself, because he is very good. And back to the uncommons with that amazing interruption there. So we have Geese's Bidding. So it's 2 and 2 black. Put two 2/2 black zombie creature tokens onto the battlefield. But it has Madness of 3. So 2 and a black. So that is actually quite good. Everybody loves zombie tokens on the cheap. So it's 4 power for 3 mana if you can Madness it. Very good. Then we have Ulrich's Kindred. 2 and a red for a 3/2 trample. And you can pay 3 and a green. Target attacking wolf or werewolf gains indestructible until the end of the turn. If you're running red-green wolves, this is a very good pickup. And I bet that's Guy Decaphobia at the back. It's been following me like a plague, that card. So next up we have Stone Quarry, just a generic tap land. Very good, as always. It's not. It's yet another intro pack rare. Back to back. Lovely. Markov Dread Knight. So he is 3 black for a 3/3 flying. And you can pay 2 and a black, discard a card, put 2 +1/1 counters on Markov Dread Knight. So he fuels Madness. He gets big very quickly. And it's something they're going to have to deal with. Especially in Limited, this guy can very, very easily win games. I opened him in my first pre-release. I played him once, but I won that pre-release with a very tasty red-black Vampires deck. So, let's have a look again. What have we got? Well, for some reason I don't have another card at the back. That's weird. So there's the rare anyway. We'll get to that in a bit. Arms of the Vein, Pontry and Light, very good removal there. Deadweight. Wow, this pack is good for removal. Ember Eye Wolf, I quite like. Okay, here we are at the uncommons already. And we have Kindly Stranger. Look at her. She's not harmful, is she? She's absolutely lovely. So she's a 2/3 for 2 and a black. With Delirium for 2 and a black. Transformer. Activate her only if you have Delirium. And we've been over Delirium, so I'm not going to go over that again. And she becomes, dear God, look at that, the demon-possessed witch. If that was running towards you, I would be less than happy to try and deal with her. Kindly old woman lying to me. Okay, so she becomes a 4/3, and you may destroy target creature. So when she transforms, destroy a creature. Very, very, very good. Especially in Limited. Not so much in Standard. So we have Pour Over the Pages. So 3 and 2 blue. Draw 3 cards, untap 2 lands, then discard a card. Pretty good. In Limited again. Just a nice top end card. Means you can potentially cast one of those cards that you've drawn. So that's pretty good. Then we have Open the Armory. Search your library for an aura or equipment card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. A 1 and a white sorcery. I actually would love to play several foil versions of these in amongst my equipment and aura EDH decks. I think it's very good. It's just a tutor. A very good tutor though, so that's excellent. When I say tutor, a tutor is a card named after demonic tutor. As always in Magic, all these shorthand names are after original cards that did that effect. So tutor is a spell that goes for a card and puts it in your hand or puts it on the top of the library. It just searches your library for a specific card. Then we have Ulvenwald Mysteries, 2 and a green. Enchantment. When a non-token creature you control dies, investigate. Whenever you sacrifice a clue, put a 1/1 white human soldier creature token onto the battlefield. So Clumans could totally be a deck archetype. Okay, that is why we have we have a rare at the back. Alright, okay. So our actual rare is Inexorable Blob. A 2 and a green, 3/3 with Delirium. Okay, so that's very vanilla. It's excellent. Let's check what let's check what Delirium does. When Inexorable Blob attacks, if there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard, put a 3/3 green ooze creature token onto the battlefield, tapped and attacking. That is excellent. I actually really like this card. I hope this is standard play because this is very good. And as always with Innistrad, for some weird reason, there's a connection between Ooze and Innistrad. I like it though. And our foil rare, which you actually can't tell is foil very well, because it's so dark, but it definitely is foil, and it's gorgeous, is a Silent Visitor. I like this card. The red-black vampire archetype is going to definitely want this card. It's a 3-1 for 1 on a black, already pretty decent, with madness of 1 on a black. So if you pitch it, you can just pay its cost, cast it instant speed. Very, very nice. She's a vampire wizard. For some reason, there's vampire wizard tribal in this set. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, if that player has no cards in hand, you draw a card and lose a life. This won me games in the third pre-release, as we got to a board stall and I just kept outdrawing my opponent. And so I was drawing into all my answers, and I had a 3-1 sat on the board, so I could trade for all their best creatures, or a lot of their good creatures. So it's really good. So we have a clue token again. And by the way, I love the clue tokens. I love that there's different art. I love that they've all got their own flavour text. They're just so nice. Wizards has done, once again, a brilliant job on bringing Innistrad back to life. It really has come back. So, our first uncommon is our flip card, and it is Village Messenger. It is 1 for a 1-1 with haste. Okay, that's terrible, right? Everybody hates 1-1s for 1. Except, it has the werewolf text, so at the beginning of each upkeep, if no spells were cast last turn, transform it. And it becomes a 2-2 with menace. Okay, so if you can play this turn 1, you can get in for 1. Next turn, hopefully it transforms, because they don't play a 1-drop as well. And that's it. You just start attacking with your 2-2 evade. Look at him, he's got crazy evasion. He's pretty good. It's pretty good. The werewolf deck will definitely want that. Next up is Biting Rain. 2 and black for all creatures get -2/-2 until the end of turn. That's not too bad, but you can also madness it for 2 and a black. So in your vampire deck, you can madness that and kill everything at instant speed when they declare attackers. Very annoying, excellent card, especially in limited. So next up we have Stensia Masquerade. So isn't that just the best party you've ever been to? Look at it, glorious. 2 and a red, enchantment. Attacking creatures you control have first strike, and whenever a vampire you control deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/1 counter on it. And you can madness it for 2 and a red. So, with vampire shenanigans, you can attack, leave up your mana, and then discard this for madness as soon as they declare blockers, and you go, right, all my guys now have first strike. Some of them get bigger, some of them kill your creatures. So, I really like this card. I like the vampire archetype though. I think vampires are so cool, especially the newer ones like Olivia down here, which you can't see. She's glorious. Next up we have Wildfield Scarecrow. He is a 3-drop 1/4 defender, and it's pay 2, sacrifice him, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, reveal them and put them into your hand, then shuffle your library. So he's basically that, what was it called? The stag thing from Theros. Pretty good. He does a job. Here we go. Another card that I've been excited for. With the advent of Innistrad, we have Tribal again. And not just elves and goblins, all the generic Tribal. We have cool Tribal. We have Gothic Tribal. So zombies are back in a big way with Relentless Dead. And this guy, Diagraph Colossus, also prized amalgam, which is very cool. So Diagraph Colossus reads, he is a 2 and a black for a 2/2 zombie giant. And whenever he enters the battlefield, put a +1/1 counter on him for every zombie in your graveyard. So if you play him turn 3, the likelihood is you're probably not going to have many. And he's just a vanilla 2/2 for 2. 2/2 for 3, sorry. But then, they've tacked on an additional effect, which is, whenever you cast a zombie spell, put a 2/2 black zombie onto the battlefield tapped. So, even if you don't get any value from him when he enters the battlefield, next turn when you start casting zombies again, he's going to be giving you so much more value. I just love this card. It is absolutely beautiful. I don't think it's going to see much play, but I would love to play with it myself in janky tribal. So here we go, 4 packs left. What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? A foil again. So we have a clue token. Our foil is Kessig Direswine. Once again, another dark artwork card, which actually doesn't even really look foiled. It is just foiled, but it's very nice. So it is 4 and 2 green for a 6/6, and the Delirium gives it Trample, I believe. Yeah, so it's pretty good. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. So we'll put that over there with the uncommons. It's not, but it's, you know, rare-ish. So yeah, let's have a look. Just the Wind is great, absolutely great card. Inspector Thraben, very good. Twins, Creepy Twins, Ghostly Wings, Tormenting Voice, very good. Our flip card is Hinterland Logger. So she is 1 on a green for a 2/1, and she flips into Timber Shredder. When I get that back in focus, is a 4/2 Trample. Pretty decent, actually. Not bad at all. So our first uncommon here is, I'll just get rid of the tip card there. The check card, sorry. Manic Scribe. So it is 1 on a blue for an 0/3. Well, that's not very good, is it? Let's read the text. When Manic Scribe enters the battlefield, each opponent puts the top 3 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. Yep. So it's a mill card. And mill being named for millstone, which is whenever you put cards from your library into your graveyard. So milling, very viable strategy, usually not in standard. But it also has Delirium. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, if there are 4 more card types among cards in your graveyard, that player puts the top 3, so it repeats the effect. It mills 3 every turn if you have Delirium. So that's alright. It's not the best, but it's alright. Next up we have Griff's Boon, a very creepy looking card. A 1-drop enchantment aura. Enchanted creature gets +1/0 and has flying, and you can also you can return it from your graveyard to the battlefield attached to target creature for 4, 3 and a white. Only as a sorcery though, so it's not the best, but it's not bad for recursion. Next up we have Crawling Sensation, so 2 and a green. Enchantment, at the beginning of your upkeep, you may put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard. Excellent for fueling Delirium. Whenever 1 or more land cards are put into your graveyard from anywhere, for the first time each turn, put a 1/1 green insect creature token onto the battlefield. Or well, that might see play with Gitrog Monster. If any of you know what the Gitrog Monster is, it is nuts. I like it very much. Very cool. I don't feel like it belongs on Innistrad, but I like it, so I'll let it off. Yeah. And there we have it, the Invocation of St. Traft. Not quite Geist of St. Traft, obviously. It's 1 white-blue for an enchantment aura, enchant creature. This enchanted creature has, whenever this creature attacks, put a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying onto battlefield, tapped and attacking, exile it at the end of combat. So it basically does the Geist of St. Traft's effect. So there you go, you can see the Geist of St. Traft himself assisting a young neonate of his order. It's pretty cool, it's very good flavour-wise. Other than that, I'm not a huge fan of it, but I'd much rather they reprinted Geist of St. Traft. But the likelihood of that happening in Standard again is zilch, I believe. So here we go, we have a land, which is actually pretty cool looking, and a zombie. Deadweight, very good. Yeah, not really liking this pack too much. Oh, here we go for our first uncommon flip card. A personal favourite again. We have the Lady of the Night, the Heir of Falconwrath. So she is 1 on a black for a 2/1. But she has discard a card, transform her. Activate it, but this ability only once each turn. So she triggers Madness without actually having to pay a cost, which is very good. And she becomes a 3/2 flyer, which is, once again, excellent. I think this card is very good as well. Then we have the Drunau Corpse Trawler. 3 and a blue for a 1/1. Well, that sounds bad. But wait, there's more. When it enters the battlefield, put a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield. Okay, that's very cool. So it comes with a friend. So it's a 1/1 that comes with a 2/2. So 3 power for 4 mana over 2 bodies is actually very good. And if you're running black as well, incidentally, you can pay 2 and black to give target zombie Death Touch until the end of turn, which is just good. Just very good. Then we have Nahiri's Machinations. So 1 and a white enchantment at the beginning of combat on your turn. Target creature you control gains indestructible until it's alright. I can't see myself ever playing this in draft, but it's alright. And you can also pay 1 and a red to deal 1 damage to target blocking creature. So it's not the worst, but I don't really care for it that much. This, on the other hand, is a card that I quite like. 1 and a green for a 2/2. Veteran Cathar is a human soldier, so it's got synergy with human tribe. And for 3 and a white, target human gains double strike until the end of turn. So with all the things like Thylo's Lieutenant, that's right, I'm British, I say it correctly. We've got Knight of the White Orchid. You've got so many humans in this standard that are very good, that you can just make crazy with double strike. Oh, and speaking of the Lieutenant himself, or herself, I can't quite see there. There we go. Another card that I really like, because although I'm a fairly competitive player, a lot of the time nowadays, I just like to play fun decks. I just like to take janky fun decks to F&M and see how well I can do. And this is going to be one of them. Human tribe, vampire tribe, zombie tribe. It's going to be fun on a bun. So she is, for 1 and a white, a human soldier, 1/1. Okay, again, not the best stats for the vanilla test. But when she enters the battlefield, put a +1/1 counter on each other human you control. Wow. Early game, that's pretty good for aggro. Late game, that's even better because you've got a board state, hopefully. And whenever another human enters the battlefield under your control, you put a +1/1 counter on this. So, it's basically got Champion of the Parish's effect from original Innistrad, if any of you remember Champion of the Parish, which I love that card. I believe it's recently reprinted in the Dual deck. I love it. I want to play with this in Modern. I want to play janky humans in Modern and just lose every time. It'll be fun. We have a very tasty looking glue token there with Avacyn, who I absolutely love. Nibbler's Dusk, very good card again. Rancid Rats, not quite Typhoid Rats here. Stitch Mangler's good. Reduced to Ashes is fine. Intrepid Provisioner, very good. And we get to our first flip card again. So we have Gat Staff Arsonists. 4 and a red. 4 and a red, there we go. Took a while there. For a 5/4, not bad. And he flips into a 6/5 with Menace, which is, yeah, that's pretty hard to deal with late game. When they're sort of running out of cards, sorry. Then we have, as our first uncommon, Liliana's Indignation. So X and a black. Sorcery. Put the top X cards of your library into your graveyard. Target player loses 2 life for each creature card put into your graveyard this way. So this is one of those story cards. It's... I don't really like it, but it's fine, I guess, if you are on the self-mill plan. Get rid of that. So we have Dissension in the Ranks. This card is very, very fun in Limited. 3 red, instant. Target blocking creature fights another target blocking creature. So you can really get a blowout with this. Very good indeed. Then we have another dual land. We have Foul Orchard. So it is a black-green dual land tapped. Very good. It's yeah. Not much to say about that, really. Then we have Avacyn's Judgment as our rare. Once again, this card is just very good. I like it a lot. So it is 1 and a red to deal 2 damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures or players. But it has Madness for X and a red. So if it's cast for Madness, you choose what X is with the amount of mana you can pay. And it's X damage divided as you choose among any number of creatures and or players instead. That is very, very good removal there. It's either burn or removal, and either way, it's brilliant. So here we go, last pack. I think we've done pretty well. I think my girlfriend got the worst half of the box, really. She got several Nephalia Moondrakes and some other things. Okay, we have a foil island. That's pretty cool, always playable. Everyone knows Island's best card in Magic. And I'm just going to put that there. Unruly Mob, I like this. Niblis of Dusk, we've said. Yep, very good. Vessel of Ephemera, also very good. What else have we got? Structural Distortion. And here we go with our first uncommon, which is a flip card. We have Daring Sleuth. He is 1 and a blue for a 2/1. When you sacrifice a clue, transform him, and he becomes the Bearer of Overwhelming Truths. This art is creepy as hell. I absolutely love it. He's got creepy crawling lanterns. He's cool. He becomes a 3/2 with Prowess, which is very good. Whenever he deals combat damage to a player, investigate. So, he's not bad. I feel like he's probably going to get killed more than he's going to actually do anything, but I like him still. Next up, we have the big Mama Jamma, the Slug Horror Morkrut Necropod. It is 5 and a black for a 7/7 with Menace. That is brilliant. In Limited, this guy is such a finisher. He's just excellent. I would take this over quite a few rares in the set. He has a downside. Whenever he attacks or blocks, sacrifice another creature or land. You don't want to be blocking with this guy. This guy wants to be running in and punching face for 7 every turn. He is excellent. Although I did once stop him with a Vessel of Ephemera, so be wary of that. Ravenous Bloodseeker. Another vampire for a 1 red. You can have a 1/3, discard a card, and it gets +2/-2 until the end of turn. So you can only do that once a turn, unless you've buffed his toughness, but he's still pretty good. And here we go. I don't very much like. It belongs in original Ravnica, by the looks of things. But the card itself is very good. So 2 and a black for a 3/2. Already pretty vanilla. Just below, but still pretty vanilla. When it enters the battlefield, target creature an opponent controls gets -1/-1 until the end of turn. So it either neuters one of their creatures or kills a token most of the time. Pretty decent. I'm very okay with this card. Play it second main, you might even be able to kill something big. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, if there are 4 more card types among cards in your graveyard, target creature gains -1/-1 until the end of the turn. So the effect repeats if you have Delirium. Very good. And here we go with our last rare. It's red. It's another Sin Prodder. Well, I am absolutely happy with that. That is a very good card. I really like Sin Prodder. And as I say, I will be looking forward to finding a deck to fit him in. So, I'll just zoom out a bit. That's the wrong way, as always. There we go. And a little preview of what we've got coming up next in the background there with the 5 intro packs. So I will be reviewing the 5 intro packs next, opening them, seeing what we get. As always, thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.